HTC decided to go with the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because the M7, the M8, and M9 are very similar. All three have that unibody look and premium feel with an enclosed battery. And like the M8, the M9 has the extra microSD storage option, supporting cards up to 128 gigabytes. And with the M9, you get this lip that goes around the phone, giving it a unique look. I have the gunmetal gray edition here, but with the silver edition, you can really see the dual tone effect that they were going for. The phone is slightly slimmer than last year's, and the back has a brushed look which actually helps, but this phone is still very slippery. The power button has changed from the M8. It's no longer on the top, which was really a bad idea. It now rests on the side below the volume buttons. Now, if I had done this review 1 week after using this phone, I would probably say that I hate the placement of the power button, but I don't do a full review after 1 week. Now, having used this phone for 2 months now, I can honestly say that I've gotten used to the button being so low. It has these ridges on the button to make it stand out from the rest, and I can now actually find the button while in my pocket. I couldn't say that after 1 week. Now, before we go any further, I would like to talk about the things I don't like about the phone, which to say isn't a whole lot. The one thing I couldn't get used to was the keyboard. I know that sounds funny, but I do text a lot, more than I actually talk on the phone, so that is an important feature for me. Now, if you're coming from an iPhone, then this probably won't be a problem. But I'm used to using the predictive words that come up while typing, and this year's version just doesn't cut it. I don't remember having this problem with last year's phone, but like with all my phones, I use SwiftKey's keyboard, and after 2 months of using this one, I can't wait to switch it. The other thing I don't like, to which you've probably already heard from a lot of people, is the camera. Yes, I found the camera wanting. They gave us more pixels this time around instead of using the ultra pixels found on the 2 previous phones. It's a 20 megapixel camera, but more doesn't always mean better. The front camera still does use ultra pixels, and that, in my opinion, is sufficient for selfies. Your opinion may differ. But let's get back to the main camera. I really thought they would improve this feature because it was the only thing holding last year's phone back from being one of the best phones of the year, in my opinion. If you are coming from an iPhone, you probably won't like this camera, unless your phone is 2 or 3 years old. So if the camera means a lot to you, then I wouldn't recommend this phone. Just check out my video about iOS 8.3. It's a short video, but the lighting problems I was having in the video was a result of using the M9 to record, and that's just sad. I also have a video comparing photos taken with the M9 and iPhone, so check that out if you want to see the differences. Now, they have updated the camera since the release of the phone. I don't know why they didn't do it before the phone came out, but with the new update, you now can shoot raw images. And only the M9 and LG G4 has this option. So if you use Photoshop, then you would probably love this feature. Now let's move on to the things I do like. The screen on the M9 is still 1080p, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The 5-inch LCD, which has been bumped up to Gorilla Glass 4, still produces good colors and is easy to see while outdoors in the sunlight. And also with the higher resolution screens like found on the Galaxy S6 and Note 4, you may sacrifice battery life. I've been carrying both the Galaxy S6 and M9 for the last 2 months, and the M9's 2840 mAh battery is a clear winner when it comes to battery life. Some say it's still average, but I'm not a power user, so I can get through the day just fine. But still, be prepared to charge this baby every day. Last year's M8 had Beats audio, but that is long gone and has been replaced with HTC Boom Sound. When you are listening to music or a video, you can see up in the notification shade an option to change the sound. You can change it to theater mode or music mode. I've tried the theater mode while watching this trailer and really wasn't too impressed. I guess they were going for some kind of a surround sound, but I prefer the default music mode. It sounds fine to me. Either way, these front-facing speakers are the best on any smartphone out there. No worries about trying to cup the back of the phone. They just sound awesome. I can lay the phone on my desk while listening to a podcast or music and I can hear it just fine. I said it before and I will say it again. Every phone maker needs to copy this feature. Some already have. Who cares who did it first? Some features are just too good to not share. When it comes to software, the M9 is running my favorite Android skin of all the phones, and that is HTC Sense 7. If you're not sure what an Android skin is, then you should check out my video on that very subject. I'll leave a link in the description right below that like button. Sense 7 is once again very light, fast, and smooth. No other Android skin can touch it. The only thing better is pure Android, which obviously means no skin. I personally have always liked the widgets that come with Sense 7, and they have added some more this time around. You will notice on your home screen this widget, and it's called Sense Home Widget. And if you allow it, the widget will learn where you are at, whether you're at home or at work, and it will suggest apps for you to use, and even recommend some that you haven't even downloaded. I think the idea is sound, but I never found it very useful. Blink feed is on the left like before, and I actually use this feature unlike Samsung's version called Magazine or Briefing, whatever it's called now. And of course you can disable it if you don't like it, but I suggest you try it out. It's actually pretty cool. You can determine what you want to see. You can sign in to some of your social media like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, etc. And even with that, you still can pick just one to look at if you want. Another Sense feature making its return that I like is motion launch gestures. Now I don't use all the features, but the double tap to turn on feature is something that I use every day, several times a day. It's just nothing but a good idea. It's just one of my favorite features that I hope other phone makers copy as well. I do like the camera feature as well, but a lot of times I just forget to use it. Another new feature I like is the ability to change the on-screen buttons, which is really cool. As you can see on my screen, I have added an extra button to access the notification shade, which is pretty handy. They have other options you can do, like add turn off screen. For those who do not like the placement of the power button, you can use double tap to turn on the screen, and then this option to turn off the screen. And you can also rearrange the buttons as well. There are a lot of features I like about Sense 7, but the last one I will show you is also a new one, and it's this one, themes. You can now theme your phone without having to root or install a third-party launcher. Samsung has done something similar with the Galaxy S6, but HTC has taken it a step further. You can change everything possible or just change certain things. Some themes are more detailed than others. Like some themes won't even change the icons. And then some themes will not only change the icons, they'll even change the on-screen buttons. And that's pretty cool. But the really cool thing is that you can mix themes together to really make it your own. Now I won't go into this too much because I already have a separate video explaining and showing you how to theme your phone. I'll leave a link in the description below, but be careful. Theming your phone is fun and can be addicting. You have been warned. This is obviously HTC's best phone yet, and this phone has so many things going for it. The premium build, the best front-facing speakers of any phone, the best Android skin with theming options, but it still comes up short, and that's because of the camera. Great phone, bad camera. And it's been that way for 3 years now. Hopefully they will figure this out, especially with how Samsung and LG have both stepped up their camera game. Well, that's going to be it for this review, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for future videos, especially if you like how-to videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.